Dudes, what's up? Welcome back to Best Easy Minecraft Farms. This is Dusty, and in this one we're gonna be going over this super awesome mega super smelter, and this thing is absolutely crazy. This thing smelted about 26,538 items per hour. So this thing has a combined total of 4 stacks plus 4 furnaces included in it, and you can expand this thing even further. And I may even expand this further myself in the SMP I play on, but for the sake of this tutorial I want to go over this one right here. So in this video we're going to be going over how this thing works. We're going to be going over a materials list so you know everything you need to build this. Then we're going to be building it block by block so that you can build it in your own world. So the first thing we need to do when we're going to be using this farm is fill up this input chest with whatever item we want to smelt, whatever that is, and then just flick this lever to make sure that the thing starts. And the thing is timed perfectly to let in exactly a stack and 4 items, which is exactly how many furnaces we have in this furnace array. The minecarts go along and it drops off 1 item into each furnace, and then it actually empties its full inventory by the time it gets to the end of the array. So as you can see there, it's absolutely empty, but you can see the last furnace has just as many items as the furnace before that. When the hopper minecarts are done, they go back up into this loop and go into this holding cell right here. And what we have over here is a hopper timer that is telling both of these pistons to fire, and then when that happens, it lets one of these hopper minecarts come out of the holding cell, and it also lets out this hopper minecart right here, which is sucking up all the sand and putting it in the furnaces, and then it goes on its way. You're gonna need a lot of fuel to fuel this thing. As you can see here, I'm just using coal blocks, but you would probably want to hook this up to like a bamboo farm, or have a blaze farm and get all the blaze rods to fuel this thing, or even use kelp blocks. So kelp blocks are a great fuel source for something like this. So let's go ahead and check out how fast everything is coming into here. As you can see, there's just a constant flow of glass coming out of all these furnaces. I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, and I would really appreciate it if you left a subscribe. It's free, it only takes about 2 seconds, and you can always unsubscribe later if you really want. Come play some Minecraft and hang out with me live on Twitch. I go live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Check the description for the link. So here are all the items you actually need to build this farm. I guess my head is in the way of some of them. But I'll go over them. I mean, you need a lot of hoppers, a lot of power rails, a lot of building blocks, a lot of furnaces, and then as we go down, you can see the rest of the list there. Maybe I'll get out of the way so you guys can actually see everything. And I'll also have a materials list down in the description of this video so that you guys can see everything you actually need to build this. Okay, so this big open grass field looks like a good place to start building this thing. And let's go ahead and put that block right there. Now this is gonna be the block where all of the hopper minecarts come out of. So we're gonna have a little circuit where they would come down and then go up on this platform just like this. And then we can take that away and put a solid block right here. This is where they're actually gonna fill up with our input chest. So the input chest is going to go right there. And then there's gonna be a gate on that spot right there. We're gonna need the rails to curve out this way, and if you have any problems with that gate or that rail right there, all you need to do is put that gate back there and put another block on top. We're also gonna need another gate on this side so we can put it right there, and that is what the hopper minecarts are actually gonna come down on. So they're all gonna be stacked on top of this. Now we're gonna need to make our little chute for the rails to actually fall down. This one, actually, that spot right there, we're gonna put an observer on, and then we need to build this up. We need to put a solid block in the back right here, and then we need to build this up 8, so that's gonna be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. We're gonna build that up all the way like that, and this one is gonna stay 1 below the rest, and then we can build up this side of the tube as well. We need to replace this block right here with an observer that is going to send the signal in, and then we're going to need another observer on this side as well. So let's just put a temporary block right there, and then we can put an observer facing in that block, and then we can remove the block out of the way. Next, we're going to put a piston facing that way, and we're also going to have a piston facing this way. Then we need to have a solid block right here that is adjacent to both of those. So now when we put a power input into this solid block, it'll push the pistons in front of both of these observers at the same time. So right here is where we're going to make our hopper clock, and we're going to have a repeater going in right there. And then this right here is just going to be a singular redstone dot. And then we're gonna build our hopper clock right here, and we build that with 4 across like that. We're gonna need 2 hoppers in the middle facing into each other, comparators coming out of each of the hoppers, redstone dust on either side. We're gonna have to put a sticky piston on that side and a sticky piston on that side, just like that. A redstone block in the middle, and then we're gonna put in 6 items. So I'll just put a lever on the side of the hopper clock to stop it for now, but with the 6 items in place in that build, that is gonna be the on and off switch for the furnace array. This is a quick vibe check. Let me know how hard you're vibing down in the comments below. And if you're vibing hard, make sure you leave a like and subscribe so that you can join the Dusty tribe. Cool, let's get back into the video. We also need to get some power sources into these rails. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come under here and put some levers underneath these blocks and turn them on, just so that we can get some power into the power rails. Next, we're gonna wanna snake this around just like this. So go ahead and put in your rails in place like this. And then this is where the furnace array is going to start. So now we just start putting in all of our furnaces, and we need to make each row 17 furnaces long. 15, 16, 17, so just like that. And then we're gonna put 2 gaps in between, and then we're gonna do the same thing until we have 4 rows of 17 furnaces. Now we have the 4 rows of 17 furnaces. We're gonna go ahead and put hoppers across the top of each of the furnaces, and when you put a hopper on top of the furnace, that means that it's going to be an input to be smelted. So we're going to have all of the sand or whatever we want smelted go across the top hoppers of the furnaces. Now that we have all the hoppers across the top, we're going to work on the hoppers for the output. So now we need to get our chests, and we need to put our chest down here, and we need to make hopper lines underneath all of these furnaces going into the chest, and we should have 4 separate hoppers actually going into the output chest, because this thing is going to shoot out the output like crazy, like super fast. So you need 4 hoppers going into this chest. The easiest way to do this is just to dig out both of these spots right here of grass or wherever you're doing this, and then just make a hopper line that comes out just like this across the bottom of all of these furnaces. And you need to do this for every single row of furnaces. Now we have all the hoppers in place underneath all the furnaces. And now we can go ahead and hide this, and we'll just know that anything that the furnaces smelts, it will put it into these hoppers and get it into our output chest. Now what we need to do is we need to put hoppers going into the sides of each of the furnaces. So I'm just gonna do this one just like this. Now you should have all the hoppers looking like that. We need to put enders on this little section right here. And then on the other side, we're gonna have it loop around, but we're gonna bring it out 3, just like this. And the reason why we're gonna bring it out 3 is in case you wanna hook up a fuel input to this, is we need to make it this far out so that the hopper minecarts can get under here, and that you can just keep feeding it from a farm or something else. And when we follow this along, we're gonna come out to here, and then we're gonna have this one come out too, and then loop that one around just like that. On this side, we just made a little section to bring it back down so that we can loop it back up to the top. And then on this side, we're gonna bring it out the 3 again, just like that. Now we just need to build the rails all the way across. So putting power rail on all these straight areas until you get to the blocks that we put in, the building blocks right here. Make sure that all of these are a normal rail, and then go back to the power rail on all the hoppers. If you want to put 2 pieces of power rail here, it'll just make everything go a little bit faster, but you are going to need to put that power rail or this power source, this redstone block above these blocks right here. Now all the rails should look like that. And I'm just gonna put stoppers right here because I'm just gonna manually put in my input chest. And for all these hoppers right here, we're gonna have to put power rails across all of these so that we can send the fuel hopper minecarts back and forth on these hoppers. Now with all of the power rails in place, find the middle furnace and put a redstone block on top of the middle power rail, just like this. Now all the power rails should be powered. Next, we need to make a way for the hopper minecarts to get back up to their little hangout station up here. So we just need to make a little railway that looks something like this. That is just a staircase for them to get up there. So now the way up should look something like this. All we need to do really is loop the hopper minecart back up to the top and just make sure that this gives it enough power to actually make it the whole way. So if we push a hopper minecart just like that, we'll be able to test and see if that makes it up. And it does, it plopped right in there. So we're perfectly good. And now maybe it's time to start filling up this chamber with the hopper minecarts. And when you're filling it up, just fill it up until you can't really fill it up anymore. So I was able to fit 7 hopper minecarts in there. So this furnace array is all done now. We literally just put in the sand. So let's go ahead and give this thing a test. Okay, so that's all working. It sent one in there. It goes along. It's doing its thing. And all I need to do is put in the fuel. And when this minecart gets to the end, there is 0 left, so we did everything perfectly. For my fuel input, I just did a very simple manual input with chests above hopper minecarts that are running back and forth to get all of the fuel in there. But of course, you can hook up other farms to this so that you can just have unlimited fuel going into this thing automatically and make it a little bit more automatic. There we go. There is our super smelter furnace array. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Thank you to all my patrons for all of your support. I could not be doing this without you.